Einstein's relativity theory about space-time. Does time actually exist? Some physicists believe time is an illusion. It really doesn't exist at all. But when we research time further, we discover that it is actually just a man-made measurement, like a ruler. It measures length. In physics, even in relativistic effects, time is not a physical thing. What this means, it's not matter because matter is made up of elements. Time is not real. It's an illusion. When Einstein developed spatial relativity, he based his original ideas about light with time. His famous statement, "Nothing can travel faster than light." He believed at the time that the speed of light relative to time and space travel, that when approaching light speed in a ship, time slowed down with it. That time stopped at light speed, and everything conjectured in the universe, meaning all rotating in a cycle or rotation that were measured with that specific time measured, all stopped also. That a ship, that tiny vessel to 150 miles up in space, stopped the universe. Thus was his claim that the universe is governed by a universal speed limit. Again, nothing can travel faster than light. He was amazed when 10 years later Erwin Hubble discovered the universe as expanding. He conceived the light constant was the biggest mistake of his life. Well, now, physicist Rodney Kavetsky has made another great discovery. Kavetsky recognized in his search about space that the way particle accelerators search for tiny orbital membrane in accelerators, that space was layered by different subatomic particles when we look deeper into the space grid. In 2025 side, the Higgs field was discovered. A field scientist believe layers the space field vacuum bottom layer of space. That space, since it is a almost zero-point energy realm, that the energy at the Higgs field level doesn't have enough detectable energy or gravity field fluctuations that it could affect a superluminal vessel traveling approaching light speed acceleration. Thus, the ship is not affected. This idea changes the way we look at space travel. Though vacuum acceleration is not a common practice in explaining space travel inside the universe, that in effect, energy is also preserved. This means propulsion engines will carry on having the warp drive capacity. At these velocities is where the Alcubierre warp bubble proceeds itself. At such speeds deep within the space grid, travel corridors are formed separating the ship's position and resistance passing through the grid. A tunnel is formed. We know warp drive engines are being developed by inner space engineers for the direct purpose to develop light speed motors. The bigger the motor, the faster the speed. Newtonian mechanics come into play when we research faster than light engine propulsion models. Two warp drives each having light speed capacities and superluminal travel becomes possible. With this new insights, Rodney Kavetsky has clearly explained progress for a revolutionary future for space exploration. His theory design are an explanation akin to relativity explanations, but stretch further and beyond into a new space research era. A conviction to Michael Alcubierre warp drive, relativity, and Hubble expands.
7 days to Alpha Centauri. A ship in space is traveling at light velocity, and according to relativity, time ceases to flow in the ship. Planet Earth rises still in a 24-hour rotation. Alpha Centauri clocks are coordinated with Earth's clock 4.3 light-years away. Since the ship and its crew travel in an advanced medium of space where time equals 0 on its clock, and space as a medium has no effects on the ship's body. Now, traveling to Alpha Centauri 4.3 light-years away, when traveling in our ship, is traveling backwards in time to Alpha Centauri. Time as we know it, and planets and stars so far away as we travel in our sight on the ship's console, time travels backwards. Not only backwards in time, but backwards in our physiology in space travel. Considering as the ship travels, and since time slows down to 0 or almost 0 flow, gradually, and over time,